All right, let's start with the big story that we're tracking on WION this morning, where India's Prime Minister has arrived for the G20 Summit in the Japanese city of Osaka. And this, remember, is Prime Minister Modi's 6th G20 Summit. Now, before his departure, Narendra Modi said that issues such as women's empowerment, artificial intelligence and also common efforts to address challenges such as terrorism will be high on the agenda. And also upon his arrival, Prime Minister Modi was greeted by members of the Indian community at the hotel. All right, so this was the kind of welcome that was greeted Prime Minister Modi when he landed in Osaka. And Prime Minister Modi also took to Twitter to thank the Indian community for a very warm welcome. He said, and I quote him here, "Reached Osaka to join the G20 Summit, grateful to the dynamic Indian community for the warm welcome." Now, Modi will be holding crucial bilateral talks with US President Donald Trump. He'll also be meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin and the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. The Prime Minister Modi will in fact be meeting with Shinzo Abe in his first of the bilaterals today at about 10:20 a.m. Indian Standard Time. After this, it will be followed by a press briefing at about 11:45 a.m. Indian Standard Time. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi will conclude his day with a community event in Kobe. Now, this will of course be Modi's schedule before the G20 Summit kicks off, not today but tomorrow. Notably, Prime Minister Modi's visit to Osaka comes after US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's high-stakes trip to India. The top Trump administration official and also the Indian leaders, including Modi, discussed a number of contentious issues, including the Iran crisis, the Indo-Russia S-400 deal, and also the very crucial aspect of trade. Now, remember, the United States has announced sanctions on countries that deal with Russia. New Delhi has made its stand clear to Washington that at this point of time it will not be compromising on national security and it will proceed with the S-400 deal. Now, the India-US relations have of course been overshadowed by a number of different issues. Modi will be meeting with US President Donald Trump tomorrow, and Modi and Trump are expected to discuss US sanctions on Iranian oil imports and trade. Remember, Iran has been India's biggest supplier of oil last year. But now the United States, in the sanctions that it wants to impose on Iran, has asked every country around the world to cut off trade ties with Iran, fundamentally stating that no country in the world, which is a US ally, should purchase oil from Iran. Now, apart from the Trump-Modi bilateral, the Indian Prime Minister will also be meeting with the South Korean President Moon Jae-in, German Chancellor Angela Merkel, Thai Prime Minister Pratyut Chan-o-cha, and Vietnamese Prime Minister Nguyen Xuan Phuc. The Prime Minister Modi will also be attending 2 trilateral meetings tomorrow, and that is with Japan, America and India. And there's also going to be a trilateral that's been described as RIC, and that refers to Russia, India and China. Now, along with this, Prime Minister Modi will also be present at the informal BRICS meeting as well.